get ready to lose it all. Things are so bad over the past few weeks here in the United States that we are now hearing that we should get ready to completely lose everything. Our homes, our schools, our jobs, everything. I want to break down what's going on, where this is coming from, and why experts are concerned with how things are moving along. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So if you turn on the news over the past few weeks, you hear more bad news than good news. Well, according to experts and according to the White House, they say to prepare for additional chaos. The White House, just today, they started telling agencies to prepare for a shutdown amid House chaos. These agencies, these federal agencies that are supposed to stay open, and just, things like parks, schools, the Social Security Administration, they are being told to prepare for a shutdown because senators and representatives, they can't agree on a bill moving forward. But I'm not talking about the federal government coming in and taking your home, taking schools from you because they can't agree to a government funding bill. No. What's happening is they can't agree on something else that they are tying to the government funding bill. And that is border security. Right now, the big issue is there's so many illegal immigrants coming into the United States every single day that it's turning into a crisis, not just at the southern border, in Denver, in Chicago, in New York, which aren't close to the southern border. Now, if you didn't see this, let me show you this. New York City made a decision. They moved migrants from a tent shelter to a school amid the storm. That is a huge concern. Okay? Now, it says nearly 2,000 asylum seekers were bused to a Brooklyn high school to ride out the storm, drawing complaints from some parents, politicians, and immigration advocates. Guess what? Some of those politicians that were just in complete shock were Democrats. So Democrats are pushing back against their own party. It's not just them. Even Elon Musk, he issued a warning as well. I want to show you this warning from Elon Musk. He says that students were pushed out of schools to house migrants. And he says they will come for your homes. Now, are they really going to come for your home? I highly doubt it. But keep in mind, it's not going to stop. This is not going to stop. Now, I was reading through some of the comments just the other day. Okay? And this is what a few people had to say. One person said that they don't ride the bus anymore. And the reason why they don't ride the bus anymore is because illegal immigrants have found out that if you want to stay warm, you get an unlimited bus pass, you get on the bus, and you just ride around all day till you're done. Until that bus is done. It's not running its route anymore. So they only ride the bus anymore. One other person said, my community center isn't even for the community anymore. Our kids can't play basketball anymore because there are cots all over the basketball court. They can't even go there after school for homework help because there are cots in the rooms too. Another person said, basketball, volleyball, and wrestling have all been canceled for this week. Why? Because the gym is being used for illegal housing. Those are statements. Those are comments that I received just the other day. Now, I want to show you something else. Because right now that we are seeing migrants move from tent shelters to schools. It's not just schools, it's community centers as well. It's churches, it's everything. Now, I want to show you this, okay? Look at this one right here. It says Illinois temporarily places hundreds of migrants in Chicago hotel rooms in response to influx. Now, this was done back in December, okay? So not that long ago, a few weeks ago. But the reason why this is a problem is because originally these hotels came out and said, we can help. We can help. But In exchange, obviously, they want to be compensated for it. Well, look at this. And this is from December as well. It says, New York City Hotel Association says hotels housing migrants haven't been paid in months. So they are doing a service for the federal government, not getting paid. They're not getting paid. Guess what? The federal government is just taking and not giving back. Let me show you this one as well. It says migrant families begin leaving New York City hotels as first eviction notices kick in. That article is from a few days ago, from January 9th. Okay, so the reason for this is in New York City there's a restriction. There's a limit. You can only stay in a shelter for a maximum of 60 days, and then you have to get out. Well, that's not horrible, right? Because again, you can stay in there. But here's the thing: in some cities, and I believe Chicago is one of those, where they are not going to evict people because they have overstayed. Here's the reason why that's a problem. And this is why some are saying that you're about to lose everything. Because let's say you are one of those people that's supposed to get out, and somebody else is coming in, and they're just waiting for you to get out. They're out in the cold because they're waiting for you to get out. Guess what? It's going to turn into an issue. Because what if that person, has family that's in the shelter? Because again, these shelters, there's only a 60-day stay for adult migrants, not for children. Children can stay indefinitely. But what's going to happen is all these children are going to come in. They're going to fill the entire community center. They're going to fill the entire shelter, the church, the schools, whatever. And then all the other people, which are going to be adults, are going to be fighting with children to try to get in. How do you think that's going to look? This is where the federal government says that we have to do more. But how do we do it? We have to provide more funding. Well, at this time, Texas is not waiting for additional funding from the federal government. What they're doing, they're taking this into their own hands. Look at this. Texas, this is from today. It says Texas blocks federal border agents from processing migrants in the Eagle Pass Public Park. I told you this before. What was going to happen is we are going to see the federal government reach out and try to take our parks. Try to use parks and camping areas to house illegal immigrants. It's just what's going to happen. We are going to see this, and it's all starting. Okay? So this is a big problem. What we have found out over the past few weeks is that the Biden administration they're not really pushing to see more funding go to different cities. What they're pushing for is a policy change. They're pushing for funding to go to Ukraine and to Israel, and funding to go to Taiwan. Those are important, yes, but here's the concern: how does it fix things at our southern border? President Biden said back when he was a senator, back in I believe 2007, when he was running for president for I believe the first time, he said that we have to do more at the southern border. We have to use virtual fencing, actual fencing. We need more border agents. But what that means is more funding. It's not policy change. But in order to see additional funding, we have to see cuts elsewhere. Because again, as of right now, Republicans and Democrats have only come to an agreement on a $1.66 trillion government funding bill for fiscal year 2024. I don't know if they get that passed. And based off what the White House is saying, just in this from Bloomberg today, is we'll prepare for chaos, prepare for a shutdown, because this is not going to be resolved anytime soon. Well, in the meantime, guess what's happening with House Republicans? They are starting the process to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary, Mayorkas, because he has done, according to them, nothing to fix the issues down at the southern border. So, we're going to see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is we are going to experience more chaos before things get better, and in the meantime, you could actually lose it all. So, that's where we're at this time. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.